Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome to Glandy for sure once again, and welcome to another session of SEBI Sprint program. So as you all know, we have started a new initiative, that is our SEBI Sprint program, where we are covering all the current affairs that are relevant for your SEBI examination, and we are doing this in the weekly basis. So today's session is about SEBI Sprint September week 4, that means last week of September. So today we are going to cover last week of September's current affair in this session. Baki ka week 1, week 2, week 3 sessions has been already uploaded in our YouTube channel. You can watch the videos. Right. So these are the table of contents which we are going to cover in today's session. These are the 4 topics. What we will do is we will try to solve some of the MCQs related to these particular topics, and at the same time I will try to give you a brief idea and a brief context and background about the news, right. So let us start the session here. So the very first question is related to SEBI technical glitch framework, this particular topic, right. Now here is the topic, as you can see here. So these are some of the statements given over here. We have to find out the correct statements from these 3 statements, right. The first question and the first statement is technical glitches occurring after trading hours are excluded from the framework. The second statement is brokers with fewer than 10,000 clients are exempted from such compliance, or stock exchanges must disclose instances of technical glitches on their website. These are the 3 statements given over here, and we have to find out the correct ones here. Clear? Now let's see what is this news all about, right. So the news is all about the technical glitch framework. So SEBI has recently proposed some changes in technical glitch framework, right. So any malfunction in a stockbroker's electronic trading system is classified as a technical glitch. अभी के लिए technical glitch की definition क्या है as per SEBI? Any malfunction in a stockbroker's electronic trading system is classified as a technical glitch. This framework applies to all brokers regardless of their size of client base. So this is as per the previous norms, which means कि अभी के लिए these are the norms, but some changes has been proposed by the SEBI, and this question is about the changes that has been proposed by the SEBI. ठीक है, तो पहला जो स्टेटमेंट है हमारा उसके रिगार्डिंग देख लेते हैं, ये क्या स्टेटमेंट यहाँ पे दिए हुए, रीडेफिनेशन ऑफ टेक्निकल ग्लिच. टेक्निकल ग्लिच को रीडिफाइन करना, एक्सक्लूड्स मैल फंक्शंस आफ्टर ट्रेडिंग आवर्स एंड इश्यूज बियॉन्ड द कंट्रोल ऑफ स्टॉक ब्रोकर्स. हमारी पहले स्टेटमेंट क्या थी? हमारी पहले स्टेटमेंट थी द टेक्निकल ग्लिचेस अकरिंग आफ्टर ट्रेडिंग आवर्स आर एक्सक्लूडेड फ्रॉम द फ्रेमवर्क. एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट, राइट. सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट, ब्रोकर्स विथ फ्यूअर देन 10,000 क्लाइंट्स आर एक्सेप्टेड फ्रॉम सच कंप्लायंस. applies only to brokers providing internet based trading platforms having more than 10,000 clients. मतलब उन्हीं पे अप्लाई होता है जिनके पास 10,000 से ज़्यादा क्लाइंट की बेस हो, ठीक है, एज ऑफ मार्च 31 ऑफ द प्रीवियस फाइनेंशियल ईयर. ठीक है, क्लियर है. तो यहाँ पे स्टेटमेंट क्या बोल रहा है कि इट अप्लाइज ओनली टू द ब्रोकर्स विथ फ्यूअर देन 10,000 clients are exempted from the compliance. Brokers with fewer than 10,000 clients are exempted from the compliance. Absolutely correct, because this is for more than 10,000 clients, और इनसे नीचे मतलब 10,000 से नीचे जिनकी भी clients है वो इस framework से exempted है. Absolutely correct. Third one is stock exchanges must disclose instances of technical glitches on their website. On their what? On their website. Right. Absolutely correct. Right. Absolutely correct. So these 3 statements are correct over here, which means the option number 3, that is all 3 statements are correct, and so your correct answer will be option number E. Clear? Now in order to get a detailed idea about this, you need to just go through this PDF. I'll provide the PDF in our Telegram channel for free, right? So our next question is, it is related to SEBI registered investment advisors, RIAs, right? RIAs. So let me show you from where this question has been taken from. This question has been taken from here only, and the question is, identify the correct statements about SEBI registered investment advisors, that is RIAs. So first statement is, RIAs must act in the best interest of their clients. That is a very general statement that must be true. Next, RIA can provide personalized advice on stocks, bonds and mutual funds derivatives. The third one is, SEBI maintains a publicly available registry of all registered RIAs. The fourth statement is, RIA are not required to disclose conflict of interest. And the fifth one is, compliance cost for individual RIA can range between 2.5 lakh to 3 lakh per month, right? So these are the 5 statements given over here, and again we have to find out the correct one here. So let's see what was the news all about. SEBI registered investment advisor who provide fee based conflict free financial advice have seen their number shrink sharply. मतलब इनकी नंबर जो है वो काफ़ी तेजी से नीचे आती हुई दिखाई दी है। 1350 से 962 एक ही ईयर में, कुछ ही सालों में इतना से इतना गिरावट देखी गई है, राइट? सो व्हाट इज दिस सेल्फ रजिस्टर्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट एडवाइजर? It is, they are basically a professional or a firm registered with the SEBI who provides personalized investment advice to individual or a firm clients on security, financial products and portfolio management. ठीक है, इन टॉपिक्स पे जो फाइनेंशियल एडवाइस देते हैं किसी इंडिविजुअल्स को या किसी फर्म को, दे आर नोन एज SEBI रजिस्टर्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट एडवाइजर एंड दे मस्ट बी रजिस्टर्ड अंडर Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI. ठीक है, so that was all about SEBI RIAs. Now, what was our first statement? The first statement seems to be correct because it is a very general statement. RIA must act in the best interest of their clients, obviously, because they are giving the financial advice to their clients, so they need to act the best in interest of their clients. So first statement is obviously correct. Second statement क्या है? RIA can provide personalized advice on stocks, bonds, mutual funds and derivatives. As I told you here, ठीक है, as I told you, they securities including scope of advisors, securities including stocks, bonds, mutual funds and derivatives, right? So our second statement is also करेक्ट, ठीक है, सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट भी हमारा करेक्ट है। थर्ड स्टेटमेंट जो है, SEBI मेंटेन्स अ पब्लिकली अवेलेबल रजिस्ट्री ऑफ और रजिस्टर्ड RIAs इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट। SEBI मेंटेन्स अ पब्लिकली अवेलेबल RIA रजिस्ट्री, ठीक है। सो योर थर्ड स्टेटमेंट इज ऑल्सो एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट। नाउ द फोर्थ स्टेटमेंट, the most important fourth statement, RIAs are not required to disclose conflict of interest. Why? There is no such norms. As you can see here, must disclose all conflicts of interest and avoid misleading advices to the firm or an individual. They are somewhere like finfluencer. Finfluencer are also similar to the registered investment advisor, that is RIA, ठीक है। So they must disclose all conflict of interest and avoid misleading advices to the investors, right? So this statement is absolutely wrong. Now fifth statement, compliance cost for individual RIAs can range between 2.5 to 3 lakh. That completely depends, right? So this statement is also correct. This statement is also correct. Here you can see cost and time. Monthly compliance can cost 2.5 lakh to 3 lakh and require 15 to 20 hours of work per day, right? So for your fifth statement is also seems to be correct. So your only incorrect statement here is option number 4, right? Option number 4, which means your correct answer will be what? After eliminating 4, you will get this option number A as a correct answer, right? So this was a very important topic as far as your SEBI examination is concerned, and this was very important question, right? So correct answer will be option number A. Now let's move on to question number 3. Social stock exchange. How do social enterprises raises fund through the social stock exchange? Social enterprises जो है कैसे सोशल स्टॉक एक्सचेंजेस के थ्रू फंड रेज करती है? दिस इज द क्वेश्चन. बाय इशूइंग ट्रेडिशनल इक्विटी शेयर्स, बाय इशूइंग जीरो कूपन जीरो प्रिंसिपल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स, थ्रू बैंक लोन्स ओनली, थ्रू गवर्नमेंट ग्रांट्स एक्सक्लूसिवली, और बाय इशूइंग कॉर्पोरेट बॉन्ड्स. ठीक है, ये आपको बतानी, ये वेरी इजी क्वेश्चंस में से आएंगी. ठीक है, कि हाउ अ सोशल एंटरप्राइज रेजेस फंड थ्रू सोशल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज. सो दिस वाज द न्यूज. SEBI recently revised compliance rules for social stock exchange, drawing attention to the growing role and concern from social impact auditors, professional who verify the real world impact of social enterprises. Right? और आंसर भी आपका यहीं पे छुपा हुआ है इसका. लेट मी शो यू. सोशल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज क्या होती है? लॉन्च इन 2022. SSC अलाउज नॉन प्रॉफिट एंड सोशल इंटरप्राइजेज टू रेजेस फंड्स फ्रॉम द पब्लिक. टू रेज फंड फ्रॉम होम? टू द पब्लिक. इंस्टेड ऑफ शेयर्स, एनजीओज कैन लिस्ट जीरो कूपन जीरो प्रिंसिपल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स. ये क्या होते हैं? इसमें बेसिकली दिस टाइप ऑफ instruments do not provide any interest or principal repayment at the time of the maturity period. Instead, the investor gets some sort of social returns against this zero coupon zero principal instruments. So the correct answer here will be option number B, that is by issuing zero coupon zero principal instruments, right? Option B is your correct answer. Last but not the least, this question is related to SEBI custodian net worth requirement. These are the 3 statements given over here and you have to find out the correct ones here. The minimum net worth requirement for custodians has been increased to 75 CR. This is our first statement. Custodians must maintain this capital separately from operational funds. Custodians are allowed to mix safeguarding funds with other business funds. These are the 3 statements. And here is the topic from where this question has been taken from. So SEBI increases the minimum net worth requirement for custodians from 50 crore. This is the very important topic and very important news. 50 CR to 75 CR to strengthen the risk management system. राइट कितने पहले कितने थी 50 CR और अब कितनी रिवाइज करके कर दी गई 75 CR. सो हमारा जो सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट था, ठीक है, विच बिकम्स द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट विच इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. राइट नाउ through the SEBI custodian amendment regulation 2025, this act is very important for your exam because changes has been made in this particular act only, this particular regulation only, modifying the SEBI custodian regulation of 1996, right? So changes has been made in this SEBI custodian amendment regulation of 2025. And what do you mean by custodian? These are the in the financial market, a custodian is a specialized financial institutions that safeguards and manages financial asset on behalf of their clients such as mutual funds, banks, corporation or individual investors, right? These are known as your custodians. So the second statement was custodians must maintain this capital separately from operational funds is absolutely correct, right? Absolutely correct. The third one here is custodians are allowed to mix safeguarding funds with other businesses fund. Absolutely incorrect. As you can see here, new capital advocacy must maintain separately from other businesses funds. This means that custodians must keep the funds required to meet SEBI's new minimum net worth of 75 CR distinct from any other businesses or operational funds, which means your third statement is absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong, which means these options become eliminated and your correct answer is 1 and 2 only. 1 and 2 only. Option number B. ठीक है, option number B is your correct answer. And what is the custodian? These are the specialized financial institution that safeguard your financial assets on behalf of the clients. Clients must be any type of individual or any firm as well, right? So this was all about the session, and these were the 4 topics. I'll provide the PDF to you in our Telegram channel. You can download it from there, right? This is our SEBI Sprint Mentorship Program. If you want to enhance your preparation, you just need to go to our website, that is www.c4scourses.in. There you will get the course section, and from there you can enroll in this particular mentorship program, right? So that's it for the session. Hope you like the video. If you like the video, hit the like button, do subscribe our YouTube channel, follow us on Telegram and Instagram as well for daily updates. Thank you so much.